So, this originally was supposed to be a reaction to HEXX's new album, Changes. So I was recording it, my camera was being kind of wacky, and I didn't see until after I had recorded it and I was editing. So I decided, instead of just not doing it and letting down the fans, letting down my friend HEXX, we'll do a review. So this will be my thoughts on Changes.
They say you only know it's love if you don't get when it leaves, but the same is said you do, then you'll be setting it free.
Changes, the intro to it, I love the chords. I love the chord progression of what he's saying on there. And I can tell just by this opening track that I'm going to be hit in the heart, hit where it hurts, because this man had a theme, stuck with it till the end. Okay, so Perfect, because of Self-Taught 3, I'm gonna have to say it's great. I'm not gonna say perfect because if you have a theme, you need to stick with it. But overall, great album.
Yeah, it's me, reminiscing the last love.
The second song, Interlude. Interesting is that this album, its main thing is that it's produced by its Madz, but I've used that beat before. I've heard that beat. It's okay to use somebody else's beat, but when it's an album that brags that it's produced by its person and they have a song that's not produced by that person and you don't credit them, Still Broken has this problem, but it credits the producer, Moon. I don't know, it's a little frustrating, to say the least. But overall, it's still a great song. It hits like nothing else. Like, just to show you, I'll play you a little sample when it comes in.
Sorry that it took so long, but I'm back, dealing with some things. Felt I couldn't rap, and I learned that it repeats if you try to put it back. So I leave it in the past, and ain't no looking back. I was lost and depleted, screaming for help.
See what I'm gonna be hitting though. Lyrically, talking about some things. Replay, don't hit replay. Let go. This is what I call the Mockingbird syndrome. Having a sad type of song. And this sounds similar to Mockingbird. Not like in the fact that he stole it, but like, that's this type of song. Maybe it's not talking about started, but it's talking about something. And it has that raw feeling to it. That raw feeling in every vocal take, in every 808 that hits, in every little note. It's raw. It's raw, unfiltered emotion, which HEXX gives us a lot, but this is raw. Like this is just crazy. And I think this is a good setup for the next song, because this song kind of gets my emotions going, and then the next song, after listening to it a couple of times, actually did make me cry. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. Reacting to it initially, it almost made me cry, but it's made me cry. Not gonna hold you.
Soon as I feel better, get depressed and feel like time stops. Always steady working, feel I'm living in an icebox. Everything is cold, but still I give it all that I've got. Feeling I'm depleted, all the energy is up now.
Don't cry, Dakota. 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 Okay, so this one got me. I think it shows off. I think they did this perfectly. The transition between HEXX and its Madz, if done differently, wouldn't have made me cry. Because when I was first initially reacting to it, I was at the point where I wanted to cry, right? Over to Melkai for a verse, and that transition right there, that's the most important thing, because you're switching between people and they might not have the same energy, so you gotta keep that sadness up, else that feature was for nothing. All around, it's just a sad vibe. I think this is the song that that embodies the theme the most. It's the song where I feel like me, I'll write a song and whatever the theme of that song is, I'll make it wrap around my whole album. I feel like if I was HEXX, this would have been the song that I made, and then I would have made an album wrapping around the theme of what the song had. Well, let's get to the two final songs of the album. So, coming off the fact that I was about to cry, Still Broken didn't hit like that. It's nice, it got some decent lyrics, but the placement of it was bad. Not gonna lie. The song itself is good, but the placement was bad. Still Broken should have been before the last song. You can get the sad song and then we come out with her thing. Because Still Broken throws the whole vibe off her. Better yet, I think the last song, Hold My Hand, featuring its Madz, should have been the song that ended the album off. It didn't happen that way, and Self-Taught 3 is what we got to end the album off, but I feel like it throws the whole vibe off. Especially, like, by itself and on this album, it's perfectly fine, but how it was placed was not the best. I want to make that known. HEXX, I think if you would have placed it somewhere else, it would have been banging a lot more, but because I was in the mood to cry, like I wanted to cry because how good the last song was, and then you hit me with Still Broken, which is, it's a great song, but right after a song that almost made me cry, no. That was just bad placement.
All I see is the fans couldn't pay respect. Oh Lord, look at me, I done made a mess. Cause I'm broken with the fan base and made depressed. No smile on my face, that's my main defect. If I'm playing with the bars, just to take a jet. Cause your top 10's trash and I ain't impressed. And the road to the top ain't baby steps.
Honestly, I gotta turn the brightness down. Boom. Bars. Ooh, he came in with some heat, man. Man wasn't playing around. But seeing that this is on the album where all the sad songs are, it would have been better as a single. It was out of place on this album. You should have released it as a single, or you should have waited until you're making a more hyped album. It hyped songs, but I don't think he's made one single project where he's had hyped music. I fuck with it. I fucking love sad music, man. It's one of the reasons I got into HEXX, actually. I like his dope shit too. But I want at least a 5-song EP of bars. It's just a request. Album for HEXX's first official album. It's good. On a rating system of 0 to 10, I'd give this a 7. When it comes to the songs themselves, they are pretty good. They are great. When it comes to the placement of the songs, that needs a lot of work, HEXX. Yeah, every aspect is good. Maybe, yeah, when you go for a certain vibe, try to stick with that vibe. And if you made something for the album that goes out of that vibe, and there's not really any other songs that do that on your album, release them as singles, but don't put them on the album because it can ruin the whole vibe. Kind of like a Self-Taught 3. That could have been a single, or that could have been the start for the EP. I want that Self-Taught 3 beat, man. I could go crazy on that thing. But I just fix your placement. Try to stick with the vibe and the theme a little bit more. Other than that, man, it was a banger of an album. All 7 songs I fuck with. Now the songs that I'm going to be listening to, like I'm gonna download all of them. I'm gonna be listening to all of them. But the ones I'm gonna go to a lot, or the ones that I'm gonna be like, yeah, would be the intro, Interlude, Hold My Hands, Self-Taught 3. And I feel like there's one more. Let Go. Those 5 I would be bumping all the time. This is Jason, and I'll see you in the next vid. See, yo.